hasn't been easy, day in and day out. Some days she drives me crazy, some days are filled with doubt, and I'm standing by her till the very end. When I get to heaven, I hope they let me in.
I'm Maria Gall. I'm the Development Director here at the Music Resource Center, and I've been working here for 3 years. I started volunteering at the Music Resource Center in the winter of 2010, I believe it was, and I came in and I was just doing little guitar lessons with mostly some of the girls that were coming in. I noticed that they had an all-male staff, and I remember thinking as a young girl that would have been really intimidating to me as a guitar player to come in and work with some of the guys that were like such serious studio musicians. So I started working with some of the girls that wanted to play Taylor Swift songs, that Corey and Tamani were like, who's Taylor Swift? So I started doing that, and then when a position came open in the spring of 2010, Sibley had thought of me because I'd had some previous experience working with events and donors, and I came on and started doing part-time in the studio, also working with some of the donors and helping with events. And now I work almost exclusively with the development side of things, but I still feel lucky that I get to be in this musical environment and have relationships with all the kids. I think the Music Resource Center is this really kind of magical place where some students are coming to heal. So we get a lot of students who've been through extremely negative, sometimes abusive situations in their past, and this is a safe space for them. It's a creative space, so it's a place of healing. I think for some of the other students who are budding musicians and haven't maybe had a rocky road behind them, it's still this place where they can, it takes so much courage to come out and say, I'm a songwriter, or I'm a singer, or I'm a rapper. And I feel like the Music Resource Center is this safe space where kids can kind of work on who they are behind the scenes and get encouragement from staff and get encouragement from other kids till they finally have the confidence to come out and say, this is who I am, world, and my music deserves to be heard, and this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm passionate about. And I think the Music Resource Center just gives students the courage and the ability to get out there and to follow through on their inner ambitions. I think for me, music has just been the common thread that's been there at all phases of my life. I really started with music really, really young. I asked my parents for guitar lessons, I think when I was 7 or 8, but I don't remember it. So as long as I can really remember, I've known how to play guitar and sing. And it's just always been there for me, and at certain points it's dropped off a little bit, and then at other times I pick it back up. And I think the thing for me is just to constantly be feeding it and make sure it's always there, and it's okay if it ebbs and it flows, but that it always has to be there, and it's just part of who I am. And it's, to me, I think it really just helped form an identity for me when I was younger.
She never misses a Sunday in the front row. She's on her knees praying with her head hung low, and I'm standing by her. She prays for my sins. When I get to heaven, I hope they let me in.
I wish that there had been a music resource center for somebody like me, because I was in my room writing poems and writing songs, but I didn't have an outlet for it, and I didn't have a mentor and a coach. And I think the students who get to come here and who receive the encouragement from Corey and Damani and all of the staff are so lucky to have that grooming and that cheerleader behind them to help them actualize their dreams. And I'm lucky that I picked music back up later on in my life, and I've made a commitment to make it a part of my life moving forward. But I think there's a lot of people out there who kind of lose music along the way, and hopefully we're teaching kids that they can make music a part of their lives going down the road, no matter what they choose to do professionally.
I'll stand by